Good morning. Today is January 15th. It's 08:56 in the morning. Um, my name is James Williams. I reside in Brevard County, Florida. I've had multiple run-ins with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in regards to music, the decibel level. Um, my neighbors, my neighbor has basically called Brevard County Sheriff's Office um, 14 times in 14 weeks in regards to um, the decibel level. Those 14 times, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office did not come to my place with a decibel meter. They basically just came with, their ear, and they've attempted to impose my neighbor's will on me for quite some time. Um, Brevard County basically have a couple noise ordinances, in their county. There's one ordinance that's extremely ambiguous and it's subjective. And then there's another one that's extremely detailed. It lets the police department know that a decibel meter is needed to measure sound. Um, it informs them to basically measure sound for at least 15 minutes. It gives them the actual decibel level that's allowed in Brevard County, which is 60 decibels. Um, I have provided this information to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. However, they refuse to implement this ordinance because their office does not possess a decibel meter. Okay, and this has gone on for quite some time. As a matter of fact, I've received 2 citations from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in regards to the decibel level, and I basically had to go to court in regards to this. I had 2 hearings, and they're both thrown out. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office, they have taken complaints after complaints after complaints, and they've provided it to the state attorney's office. However, the state attorney's office did not entertain the complaints. So the Brevard County Sheriff's Office attempted to circumvent the system to make me go to court. So they give me a citation with a ROR, release on my own reconnaissance. And I've informed the Brevard County Sheriff's Office that they are complicit to imposing my neighbor's will on me. I've been into a couple of disagreements with them. I've actually had videos of the interaction between myself and the Brevard Sheriff's Office. And I told the sergeant, it's Sergeant Jennings that I spoke with. And I let him know that it's not a black or white thing, it's a right or wrong thing. I don't know any man that would appreciate the sheriff's office coming to their home 14 times in 14 weeks. This is excessive. This is harassment. The reason why I'm basically speaking to you today on this YouTube is because enough is enough. Um, Today is Saturday, but last Sunday I had event at my home, and there was music being played, things of this nature. However, whenever I play music at my home, because I know how my neighbors are, I have three um, decibel meters in my possession. So prior to basically playing music, I will get a good decibel reading to make sure that I am within the county limits. This is what I've done. Um, so last Sunday, which was the 9th of January, there was a call, and the police responded. As a matter of fact, it was a very intense situation. And I had to call the supervisor, Sergeant Jenny, in regards to the deputies that came to my home. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and call my voicemail and get this out of the way, because I had an issue with I had a deputy ask me after basically establishing that there was no violation of the noise ordinance. This deputy went on to ask me my name. I gave him my name. The deputy went on to ask me my birthday. I gave him my birthday. And then the deputy asked me what was my street name. At this time, I didn't realize or understand what this deputy did. At this time, my girlfriend, she was extremely agitated at what the deputy said. I was totally oblivious to it, and I'm trying to calm my girlfriend down in regards to, I guess the question. The next morning, my girlfriend and I, we actually discussed it, which was Monday morning. We discussed it, and wow, I was extremely hurt at what this deputy said to me, what the question I asked. When this deputy asked me what was my street name, I actually gave him my street name, my resident street name. So at this point, I was totally oblivious, like I said. When it was broken down to me the next morning, my girlfriend said, hey, you know what? He was asking for your street name, your alias. Wow. That's very hurtful, because I'm gonna tell you how I am, because I don't even think like that. Never been accused of something like this. Never been asked something like this. I'm prior Army. Hey, I volunteered my life to defend the rights of the people in this country. I work for the federal government. I possess and maintain a secret security clearance. All for this individual, for this deputy to ask me, what is my street name? That's extremely hurtful. I take pride in what I've done in my life. To be asked this question and basically just have my character defamed is unacceptable. But I called the supervisor in regards to this, and I spoke with him, let him know what his deputy did, and he assured me that he'd give me a call back to find out what is going on and why did the deputy ask this question. Hold on one second. I'm going to look up my my voicemail real quick. Hold on a second.
Please enter your password. Listen, press 1. Send. Press 2. First saved message sent Thursday, January 13th at 2:19 p.m.
Hey, Mr. Williams, this is John Jones, Sergeant with Brevard County Sheriff's Office. I spoke to that deputy like I told you I was going to. What he's conveyed to me is that there was some type of miscommunication when he asked you about your street name. He was trying to figure out or find out what name you DJ'd under, because obviously I don't think you DJ under the name Jimmy Williams. I think you DJ under like an alias or a secondary name of some sort. And he said that he understood there was miscommunication. He thought that when y'all spoke about it, he explained himself why he asked you your name, that you understood the purpose of him asking you your name. So I'm a little confused. I don't think there was any type of malicious intent about him asking you your street name, because if I remember correctly, you do DJ work on the side, and you do under another name, but it's not Jimmy Williams. DJ is something else. I just can't recall for the life of me what the name was. I think he was just inquiring about your name, and that's how he proposed the question. But according to him, he thought that you guys had sorted it out, the miscommunication. So if there's any issues, give me a call back, or if they see a call, I'll call you back as soon as I can. Like I said, I'm off my eyeballs at work. Like I said, I don't think this was anything malicious. But I did address him about it. We did do some training about how we need to appropriate or propose our questions. And that's the term street name is what he used when in fact he should have asked you what name are you performing under. I think would have been a better question. So I hope this clears up. And like I said, I just wanted to reach out to you, let you know that I did follow up with him about it. All right, sir? All right, Mr. Williams. If I don't talk to you again, I want you to have a good day. All right, sir? Bye.
End of message. Delete. Press 7. Save. Press 9. More options. Resave. End of messages. Listen. Press 1. Send.
That was Sergeant Jennings, the supervisor of the deputy. The deputy's name is, let's see, Deputy McCarley. Yeah, Deputy McCarley from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. The sergeant just confirmed that this deputy indeed asked me that question. I understand how the sergeant will basically attempt to defend the actions of the deputy, but the fact that this deputy said this is unacceptable. Now, at the same time, when this happened, we let the deputies know. Okay, number one, there was no infraction in the noise ordinance, and at this time, myself, my girlfriend, and two other, guests at my home, let the officers know that there was a neighbor that basically discharged a firearm. We were concerned about it because this neighbor had just left our home. First, he cussed my girlfriend out and went to his home and started firing off rounds and I'm assuming that was to intimidate. And yes, it did intimidate because I'm prior military. Have quite a few guests at my home that were prior military. We didn't know if this was an active shooter or anything, so we expressed our concerns to those deputies when they came to my home. The deputies totally minimized our concern by stating, hey, you know what? He lives over, well, he owns over an acre of land, so he can do that. And at this time, I was shocked that the deputies would say something like that. I'm expecting at least a welfare check just to find out, hey, is this individual okay? Is anyone at his place okay? Something other than he can do that because he lives on more than an acre. So this prompted me and my girlfriend to look up, the ordinance and statutes in regards to firing, or this basically
Target shooting.
was discharging a firearm, and I came up with this. We came up with this, and this is 2021 Florida statutes 790.15. Discharging firearm in public or on residential property. Any person who recreationally discharges a firearm outdoors, including target shooting, in an area that the person knows or reasonably know is primarily residential in nature and that has a residential density of one or more dwelling units per acre, commits a misdemeanor of the first degree. What the deputies explained to us was nothing like what we read at all. The issue that I have now is that I have experienced the Brevard County Sheriff Office. Number one, not being, I guess, knowledgeable of the county ordinance or the county decibel level. Now, at this point, I had to research the information and present it to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. After I presented this information to the Sheriff's Office, they did nothing to investigate at all. They automatically came to my home, disturbed whatever I'm doing, and impose my neighbor's will on me. That's unacceptable. My neighbor actually reached out to code enforcement in regards to this issue. We did the same. However, when we contacted code enforcement, they actually let us know that an individual called. Matter of fact, my neighbor called them in regards to the decibel level in Brevard County. Code enforcement informed my neighbor of the actual 60 decibel level. At that point in time, my neighbor did not, continue conversations with them. And this is maybe the third time, this is after the third time that my neighbor contacted the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. So after the third time of my neighbor contacting the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in regards to this noise ordinance, he spoke with code enforcement, who informed him he was wrong and there is a 60 decibel level. He at this point in time discontinued contact with code enforcement. However, he continued to call the Sheriff's Office approximately 11 times after that. Unacceptable. But the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, they responded to these calls every time, and it came to me in regards to how my neighbor interpreted the music level. Now I get the sheriff's office telling me information in regards to, I guess, an individual discharging a firearm. Again, they're giving me bad information. They're giving me bad information. That's twice. Now my other issue is with the deputy that was tasked with coming, to measure the sound, right? In order to, I guess, establish, the sound, you have to basically, the deputy has to go to the complainant's address, and they have to measure the sound from that address. Allegedly, the sheriff deputy told us that there were 3 complaints. Okay? The deputy did not go to my neighbor's home. The deputy was seen outside of my driveway measuring the sound. That is absolutely wrong. On top of that, when we encountered the deputy then tells us that he measured the sound. And I asked the question to the deputy, how long did you measure the sound? The deputy ignored my question. I asked again. He ignored the question again. I asked again. He did not respond to the question. Well, the reason why I asked the deputy how long did he measure is because he has to measure for at least 15 minutes. And I wanted to make sure that the deputy measured for 15 minutes because at this point in time, prior to the music actually coming back on, we had maybe an hour intermission where had a lot of guests introduce themselves and tell us about themselves. Okay? During this time is when me and my guest heard the gunshots. And at this point, after we heard the gunshots, I turned the music back on, just, get everybody in a festive mood. Well, the music had been going for maybe 5 minutes. Maybe. So I'm thinking, hey, if this individual, if the deputy was measuring the sound, he has to measure the sound for at least 15 minutes. And if he did, I guess, measure the sound, maybe he captured the gunshots. Maybe he captured the gunshots. That was the reason why I asked how long did he measure sound. Well, he wouldn't tell me. And then he tells me, hey, Mr. Williams, yes, I measured the sound and it was at 55 decibels. And I said, okay, no problem. And he says, unfortunately, the limit is 40 decibels. And I said to the deputy, no, it is not. The allowable level is 60 decibels. Why would this deputy basically not measure the sound for 15 minutes, not go to the complainant's address to measure the sound, and now he will lie to me and tell me that the allowable decibel level is 40 decibels. I'm not on board with that at all. Because now it turns out that why is this deputy attempting to trump up information to issue a citation? I'm not feeling comfortable with this at all. And at this point in time, I'm not getting a warm, fuzzy feeling from Brevard County Sheriff's Office. As a matter of fact, let's see. That's pretty much all I have for right now. I'm going to seek legal advice in regards to this situation, this ongoing situation with the Sheriff's Office. Thank you for your time and patience.